Hello there, my name is Dan, and over the last few years I've been working on a partial self-sufficiency project here in Essex, UK, and the main purpose of my channel is to show you how to grow your own fruit and vegetables no matter what size garden, allotment or growing space you do indeed have. So today I'm going to be making a lightning fast update showing you a few things that are going on here, and if you like my work please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Okay, so I'm hoping to expand on my strawberry collection. Now I'll show you what I've done here. So you can see what I've got here. Now these are arris rail fences, okay? You can see the rails across like that and you can see the posts. Now, the way that I've done this is I've attached some guttering to the arris rails that go across. So I put some screws through the guttering into the arris rail, and also you can see I put some additional screws in for support, because of course there is the weight of the growing medium in here, which is actually garden soil. So I then put my plants in, and these are variety Royal Sovereign. So I'll just show you the Royal Sovereign along here, and here I have some El Santa done in the same way. So if you're going to be growing strawberries like this, or indeed in any container, you want to make sure you've got plenty of water to water them. So if you can install some water butts, that's brilliant. Now one thing of course is you've got to make sure you've got drainage holes in there so that the water can drain through as well. Rigging up water butts is a great thing to do. It's attached to the fascia board up there using a clip that you would attach guttering to, and you can see it just drips down into there, into a water butt. Very, very handy. Let's talk about melons. Over here we have bitter melons, otherwise known as bitter gourd, and they're a savoury melon. I'll show you here what we've got. There you go. Petit Gris de Roi, Sweet Granite, 5 Desserts, a Blacktail Mountain watermelon. Let's talk veg. The sweet corn is coming on absolutely lovely. Variety Early Extra Sweet F1. Having some good feeds now for the perpetual spinach here. Leaf beet. Red Russian Kale Borecole, having a good feed off of this as well. Now one thing I advise people to do, and I try and practice it myself, is to always have something on hand that you can put in case of crop failures, or in case something doesn't do as well as you expect, or just some space comes up. You want it to be suitable for the time of year, okay? So this time of year, whatever you put in, you generally want it to be hardy, because the colder weather is not that far away now, okay? You can see here I have some chard ready, and some all year round lettuce as well, and some rocket here. Look at these pears. Now the potatoes are out of this bed, you can see I've restocked it. So this is 2.2 metres, around that, by about 2 metres. So it's all stocked with vegetables for the winter. I put a video up a few weeks ago about what to grow in August, and all of these vegetables in here, excluding these ones that have been in a little bit longer here, this spinach on the right, these are all sown during that video. So looking very, very good. All covered over because there are a lot of pigeons around here. This is a handy little hint for you. So these are the tops of windowsill propagators, which I largely use during the spring, late winter to germinate seeds, and they make great covers for seedlings. This bed here is also restocked, and you can see that I've used plant pots to protect the seedlings. So it's advisable every few days to lift them off and just check that the seedlings aren't looking too sickly underneath here. There are some holes in the plant pots, but only a certain amount of sunlight will get through, but this should help to protect from the birds. Worcester pearmain looking beautiful. let's discuss Lakemont seedless grapes. So many of you are aware I'm very fond of the variety Lakemont seedless. Now I've got a playlist on grapes and you can see some previous finds I've had with this outstanding variety. Now, although I haven't owned that many grapevine varieties considering the amount that there indeed are, I've tried many in other people's gardens, etc., and still for grapes grown in the UK, Lakemont seedless I would put as my favourite. Absolutely delicious and almost honey sweet when they are ready. We shall talk a little bit about grape bunch care. Now you can see I've removed some of the leaves around them. I like to remove about 4 leaves around each bunch or around the bunches so that the sun can hit the grapes and thus increase the sugar content. So I'll let you just have a look. Now you can see actually some of these grapes are making a good size. Now they're not going to be ready yet, okay, but we shall try one. Now if push come to shove, one could eat these, okay, but they will get much sweeter than this and a much more yellowy colour, and they truly do look beautiful. A good time to start removing the leaves is about a month or so before they are due to ripen. If you're not sure what month your variety is due to ripen, look it up, and then about a month or so before that's expected, then start to remove some of the leaves so that they can really get sweet. And this is important whether you're growing grapes for eating, which is what I grow them for, or whether you grow them for wine. I'll let you see some of these bunches here. Now that, look, if I put my hand there you can see the size of that bunch. Okay, so this vine here I took from a cutting, okay, so this is a free grapevine, if you will. Now I'll let you see it down here, look, and you see it's got that little green bit there, that's grafting tape, flower arranging tape that I repaired it with. You see this was a cutting, as I stated, you can see how much that's thickened up. I recommend people get into grape growing if this is something that interests them. Grapes have been grown in the UK since the Roman times and you can see how plentiful they can be. Patty pan squashes on their way. Some late sown bush dwarf beans. Many strawberry plants will now be putting out runners. The way I take runners is I get pots of compost like this, you can see the size of these ones here, and I simply get the runner and I put it in the pot. I'll show you actually, I did these yesterday so they won't have started to root yet. So you can see the start of the root there. All I do is simply just push it in like that, put a stone over like so. You could use a piece of wire. If this was putting out another runner, I would proceed to cut that off because the first runner from that string, if you will, is the one you want to take. So I've done all of these as well, and these are variety Royal Sovereign. All these strawberry plants up here, these ones being Royal Sovereign, I took from my plants this year about a month ago, something like that. These ones over here, El Santa, did them the same way, and you can see how far they've come already. And I planted them up here yesterday. I've noticed another watermelon forming down here. Watermelons seem to form later than other melons, so don't panic if yours haven't formed yet. They still maybe will. I've got some Korean mint growing in a pot here. I've been very impressed with this actually, very tasty. I've got the seeds from the Real Seed Company, realseeds.com. Great company indeed, and very tasty, licorice flavoured. I've put a leaf or two of this in hot water and it makes a nice tea. Well, this brings us to the end of today's video, and for today we say goodbye. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bonus points to those of you who recognise where that came from. comments down below. Please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Cheers. Thank you very much for viewing.